Hey, what's going on, Film Brain?
Nothing, it's tight, man. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ready to bang on this movie home, Skillets?
Yeah, why are you talking like you're reading from Urban Dictionary?
I don't know. I mean, you're the Rap Critic. I just want to build my street cred up, and you get me?
No, you don't have to do that. Just be you, man.
Okay. Let's do the review.
Let's do the review. Oh boy, mad wax, eh? Let's cut to the chase. You want me to review the Malibu's Most Wanted, right? The movie with the white rapper. Let's get to that. All right, let's show it.
Well, I looked at that and I thought there really wasn't enough material, but I did find something from the same director though. Big Mommas, like father, like son.
Okay, anything with Martin Lawrence is cruel and unusual punishment. You know that.
Yeah, but I looked at this one and I thought, well, it really sucks, man.
Yeah, I know why you want me to review that movie. It's because I am
a student at an arts college.
Yeah.
They both enroll at a female arts college, and hilarious hijinks ensue.
Oh.
Wait, what did you think I was going to say?
Nothing. I thought you were going to say because I was a rapper.
Well, there is a rapper in it.
Of course there is. Now, usually when someone does a review like this, they first like to talk about the other movies, but I can't remember them, and honestly, I have better things to do with my time. This drying paint is awesome.
He's luckier than I am.
I don't even think this is paint.
As a special Christmas gift to myself, I had to watch all 3 Big Mommas House movies in a week, which is a bit like the audio-visual equivalent of a lobotomy. Basically, the series is what happens when you mash together Mrs. Doubtfire and the Nutty Professor. The plot of the original film was that Martin Lawrence is assigned to stake out Big Momma's house, hence the title, the grandmother of Nia Long, who is on the run from her criminal ex-boyfriend, played by Terrence Howard.
Whoa, Terrence Howard was in this movie, pre-Hustle and Flow?
Yeah, and Paul Giamatti pre-Sideways.
So, everyone's career in this movie improved except for Martin Lawrence.
Seems that way.
Huh. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense when you spend 3 movies stealing Eddie Murphy's joke.
When Big Momma is called away before Long is about to arrive, Lawrence decides to step in and take her place. This is despite the fact he looks, sounds and acts nothing like her. Then again, she ends up with Lawrence at the end, so go figure. In the sequel, Lawrence goes undercover against the FBI's orders to look after a family involved in a crime, and it has Hit Girl and Chuck in it. That's about it, besides the fact it has no reason to exist.
If it had no reason to exist, then why is there a third one?
Because the other 2 made money, Martin Lawrence needed a house payment, and they wanted to cash in on bloody Glee.
Glee? Well, couldn't you inflict this on Todd in the Shadows then?
Ah, but I plan to inflict Alvin and the Chipmunks the squeakle on him someday.
Poor fool.
So the film starts with Lawrence returning as Malcolm Turner, chasing down his postman played by Ken Jeong. Jeez, did this guy want to star in every bad comedy in 2011?
Just give me what I want. Whoa, that's a federal offense, all right? You do realize I'm packing, don't you? Yeah, I could pop one in your ass.
Well, this is a massive abuse of his FBI powers.
The guy is threatening to shoot his postman because he's not delivering fast enough. The guy is out of his mind.
Film Brain, this is the guy who dresses up as his grandmother-in-law. This is actually sane by comparison. The reason he's assaulting his mailman is because it's University Acceptance Day, and Malcolm is delighted to find his boy has been accepted into Duke University, which is where Malcolm went to.
Desert Retreat.
Hi, I need to speak to my wife, Sherry.
I'm sorry, no phone calls allowed.
Our son just got accepted.
Sir, your wife is in complete isolation for the next 72 hours.
That is the filmmaker's amazingly shit excuse of why Nia Long isn't in this movie. Obviously she didn't want to play a complete idiot 3 films in a row.
That makes her more dignified than anyone in this cast. However, Malcolm's stepson, Trent, has other ideas, namely becoming a rapper.
I'm a miracle, hey! Baby, I'm automatic, a rap fanatic, let me do my thing.
What do you think, Mr. Rap Critic?
Just because you can rhyme the words lyrical and miracle does not mean that you are one.
Malcolm obviously agrees, and being an abusive jerk-ass parent, sabotages Trent's act and humiliates him before his audience.
How'd you find me? The Bureau tracked your phone.
Thank God my dad's an orthodontist.
For real, that's some Nazi Germany schnizzle.
Is there anything he won't abuse his FBI powers for? The guy's not exactly sympathetic.
I mean, the characters did just compare him to Hitler, so even the movie's aware of it. Incidentally, Trent is played in this installment by up-and-coming actor Brandon T. Jackson.
Hey, didn't he play Al Pacino in Tropic Thunder?
And don't forget, Tropic Thunder actually made fun of fatsuit comedies like this one. Something tells me Brandon wasn't quite aware of the joke. Trent's got a record deal, but he's still a minor, so he needs Malcolm's signature to sign his contract, which he certainly isn't planning to do.
Only thing I'm signing is a check to Duke. All right, now, if you excuse me, I gotta go to work. I'm on the grind. You feel?
Yes, Trent. Be like your dad, who likes to abuse his FBI powers, chase mailmen, and dress up like your grandmother.
He's definitely a role model you'd want to emulate.
Hey, did he sign it?
Nah.
Ambush the man when he's at his grind.
He'll give you an autograph just to get rid of you.
You want him to sign the contract while he's on duty? Oh my god, that's so crazy it'll never even remotely work. Seriously, the guy's an FBI agent. In what instance would he be willing to randomly sign his name on a piece of paper?
Well, I suppose they had to find some way of working him into the plot of this film.
Following a trail of breadcrumbs to the scene would have made more sense.
Malcolm goes to his informant, who I call Dead Meat, who's going to snitch on a guy named Cherkoff. That's meant to be wordplay for jerk off. It doesn't even sound like the word.
The informant is supposed to give Malcolm a flash drive with all the evidence, but he hands over an empty one, claiming he hid it at a girls' arts college, because that makes total sense and is not a contrived way to set up the plot.
Also, Malcolm appears to be a one-man FBI in this movie because he's running this undercover operation entirely by himself.
Are there any other FBI agents besides Malcolm in this film?
None, besides a guy on the phone we don't see, but personally I like to think that he's just pretending to be an FBI agent.
God, he's in the friggin' FBI! You think he'd have a little, backup?
Dead Meat goes to the scene and Trent thinks this is a great time to jump on his stepfather. Predictably, things go wrong, and despite Malcolm's best efforts, Dead Meat gets executed and Trent witnesses his murder.
So, after the son fantasizes about being killed by the bad guys because he's a moron, Malcolm has to keep his son undercover to protect him.
I mean, like, soon we be calling FBI or something? FBI's got a leak. Cherkoff knew we were coming.
Does that plot go anywhere?
Nope.
Malcolm, I want to go home, man.
You just saw Cherkoff murder someone. We can't go home.
So what then?
All I gotta do is get that flash drive. Has enough dirt on Cherkoff to put him away forever.
Or you could just look to your son who just witnessed him murder someone in cold blood. I think that stands up in court.
But instead of going into the witness protection program, because, they apparently can't be bothered with protecting the son of an FBI agent, Malcolm instead brings him along for the dangerous mission. And because he couldn't get enough of one guy dressed in drag, we now have two! Isn't that hilarious?
And apparently you can get unconvincing fat suits in the mall now, because last I checked, Malcolm only had one.
Lord, you're a difficult child. Charmaine Daisy Pierce, my great niece, and you better start sounding like it before you scare someone. In that case, how's this? Swing low, sweet. Huh?
Wow, Malcolm just went from jerk-ass to just straight-up abusive. I'm pretty sure Trent would prefer the Killers right now.
And why does Malcolm have to use his Big Mama disguise again? I mean, for goodness sake, I think he's way too into doing this, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and why couldn't they get a female agent? I mean, I think they said something about a leak, but you mean to tell me they could not spare one or two female FBI agents? So they go to the Georgia School for the Arts.
Canetti said something to me right before he died.
What'd he say?
It's in the music.
Doesn't make sense. Just like everything else that comes out your mouth.
Arts College, music department. How hard is that?
Oh, and guess what? The college needs a new house mother by massive coincidence, and Big Mama fits the bill, as well as getting Trent, aka Charmaine, enrolled in the college.
She's only with me because of some family problems.
My parents don't support my art. They think it's a waste of time. Oh dear, that is awful.
See, it satisfies them both because Trent gets to be arty, and he gets a college education. It's clever.
I just guessed the ending, and no, it isn't.
There's Mia.
Damn!
Oh.
Yep, that's gonna be most of the movie. Stupid jokes about how horny Trent is. Jeez, it's like he's never heard of this thing called self-damn control.
And it makes me wonder how they even pass as women. I mean, they look so fake. Trust me when I say that HD is not this movie's friend.
Good eyesight isn't this movie's friend.
You can even see Big Mama's skin tone doesn't even match in this scene. Anyway, they're taken to their room.
I'm Jasmine. I call the shots around here.
Token blonde bitch character.
Check.
Charmaine, find the seat.
Oh my gosh, here, let me help clean you up. I'm Haley Robinson.
You that hot girl from the promenade.
Obligatory love interest.
Check.
You have to do something before you eat. Attention, everyone! We have fresh meat that wants to eat. Every new student must dance, act, or sing for their supper.
I go to an art school. This is not a thing that happens.
I live on planet Earth. This is not a thing that happens there either.
Don't want to give it up, yeah, I'm cool with that. That's fine. Besides, who knew I could rap? I got skills.
Okay, why does he now sound like a chipmunk?
Trent's voice obviously comes with built-in auto-tune, and then the whole school hall starts singing and dancing along in a big choreographed dance number out of absolutely nowhere, because that's how musically talented people act.
You know, despite what you see in Fame, most artists just like to eat their food in peace.
I mean, what the hell? I mean, I know the big Mommas House movies are hardly realistic, but if you want to make a musical, make Hairspray 2 or something. Don't take an established franchise and put musical numbers in it, because it doesn't make any goddamn sense!
Keep talking about the guy you like. First you put your arms around me. Okay.
Didn't we review this when it was called Sunday School Musical?
No, that movie didn't have fat suits in it.
God be with you.
Everybody sing.
He does that. The number comes to an abrupt end as Big Mama crashes through a table because this is a comedy, not a musical.
Mia, what's going on?
Delonte just dumped me.
What?
Child, it's better to be alone with yourself for the rest of your life than to be together with bad company for a minute.
Oh, why do you want to dump her? She's cute.
But that's what all these movies are about, child! Big Mama teaching women to loosen up! Because if you can't trust a man in drag, honey, who can you trust?
That was really, really creepy.
Ooh, exactly! Thanks to the principal, the two figure out what Deadmeat was trying to tell Trent about was the music box, which conveniently has been stolen. So Malcolm goes to the library, since that's where it was stolen from. There he encounters the college's janitor, Curtis Cool, played by an uncredited Faizon Love.
He's uncredited? Oh, this is a fairly large part. You mean to tell me that the guy who was in Who's Your Caddy didn't want to be associated with this?
Just because he was in Who's Your Caddy doesn't mean he's unfamiliar with the concept of shame. It turns out Curtis was Deadmeat's friend that helped him hide the flash drive. At the scene of the crime, Big Mama finds a fallen necklace. However, Curtis likes his women with a bit of junk in the trunk, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God, I forgive you for the 90s. Thank you, Jesus, for now.
Why does this happen in every movie? Can the audience get some beer goggles so we can see what he's seeing?
It's the Some Like a Hot formula. One will fall in love, and the other will be fallen for. And that means the jokes are all about 50 years old. Meanwhile, Trent is discovering the most mysterious woman thing of all. Slumber parties! Oh my goodness, no man has ever gone into this territory before. It's almost like this film was written by men!
Malcolm tells Trent to stop hanging out with the girls and lie low when Trent reveals that the necklace belongs to Jasmine, and Malcolm may need him after all. In order to get his help, though, Malcolm agrees to sign Trent's contract. Back at their house, the bad guys look for their location.
Nothing. Hundreds of these. Not bad.
Why would he put that CD in? I just want to listen to the guy that we're about to brutally murder. Hold on.
But he's a miracle!
Stop it.
The bad guys go to Trent's friends to try and work out where he is, claiming they're record producers. Don't they already have a record producer trying to sign them?
But none with evil Russian accents.
And now it's montage time, and it's funny because he's a man in a fat suit doing ballet. Hardy ha ha!
Slow down.
Know why they call it the Nutcracker?
Basically, it's an excuse to slot in as many lame groin jokes as possible.
And now Charmaine has to go to her life drawing class. You know, art students don't actually take all of the arts classes. They just wanted to make stupid gags on every art subject.
Trent gets excited at the prospect of bare female flesh because he's hormonal and shit, so Malcolm decides to step in like the rigidly conservative father that he is.
Oh, no. Ain't nobody getting naked.
This is a fine art class.
What you're doing is, you're reinforcing a terrible stereotype.
I think I agree with Big Mama. We have never once had a full-figured model. So how about it, Big Mama?
Excuse me?
Oh, don't act so surprised, you idiots. Who the hell else were they going to replace her with after that tirade?
So, Big Mama's getting naked.
You should be our model.
Amen.
It's PG-13.
No, I don't get out like
Beautiful.
They wouldn't. They did it! They actually did it!
You sick bastards! This scene doesn't even make much sense anyway, because the Big Mama costume scene in the first one was a bunch of separate prostheses, not a full bodysuit. Yes, I'm rattling on about the series continuity of Big Mama's house. Please shoot me now.
Now, if you'd kindly just drop the sheet.
Say what?
Show us what a real woman looks like!
And apparently can hold up to scrutiny naked.
And why would they give it such detail if she's supposed to be wearing a conservative dress over it all?
I think the real question is, why does Malcolm need a synthetic vagina in his fat suit?
Could you say the synthetic thing again?
Synthetic vagina. Trent pulls the fire alarm in full view of everyone, yet doesn't get in trouble for it, because this movie would be over if he got expelled. Trent gets dragged clothes shopping by Haley, because women be shopping for clothes, and that's all they do!
You want this one? What do you mean? We're sharing. What are you waiting for? Take your clothes off. I'll be right back.
Just say I'm shy. Again, how hard is that? Trent also takes the opportunity to try and set himself on a date.
You know what? I think I got somebody I can hook you up with, girl. He's my cousin. His name is Trent.
The prodigy?
Yeah.
No offense, Charmaine, but your cousin is the last kind of guy I'd ever hook up with.
What is your type?
Sensitive, interested in people besides himself. And he likes long, sweet, slow, lingering kisses.
Damn. That's exactly Trent.
Damn! Jeez, the stereotypical black guy from Not Another Teen Movie had more variation of dialogue.
Oh, and she hates him, but she'll still go on a date with him so they can get together at the end of the movie. Is anything in this film not a cliche?
Trent goes on a boring date with Haley. You know, for a slick rapper stereotype, he sure does suck at talking to girls. For a guy who's hiding from a criminal, you sure do suck at not being in public.
Elsewhere, Malcolm thinks Curtis has got girls to steal the music box because he works for Cherkoff or some shit like that. So it's time for Malcolm to get back undercover and for us to groan some more.
You my high priestess of delight. No, don't go! You got Motown-opoly. Let's play. I got a better game than that.
Not that I want to see what happens, but why did you cut away at that moment?
Thankfully, they don't actually play sex games, but close enough. They play Twister because, it's a bit like having sex.
No! No!
That's that green. Looks like we all out of green. I got your green. Go ahead, reach for the stars, baby.
Oh, hell no!
Oh, thank God.
I guess he won't be using that synthetic vagina tonight.
But it turns out he doesn't have what he's looking for, instead giving him a cock, as in a rooster mascot. Maybe I should have been clearer about that.
Trent's boring date continues and Cherkoff's men are led right to him because he's an idiot. And then they share a romantic piano scene, which is your cue for a piss break.
Yo, let's break night.
Break night.
Yeah.
I love that. You're so amazing with words.
Break night? How is that poetic? This romance is so damn basic.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. So what do I miss?
At the end of his date, Cherkoff's men go to capture Trent.
Let's go. Come on. Two girls in one night.
You gotta give the kid credit.
Dude, you'd have to freeze time to be able to put on such makeup and clothing on such short notice.
And come on, how do they think it's two different people? It looks exactly like him! Malcolm spots Cherkoff's men on the campus the following day and goes after them.
You! Stop!
point of disguising yourself when you're going to scream and break cover in front of everyone?
So Malcolm hijacks Mia's student driving car. And no, he doesn't explain why to her.
If you're wondering why this bit is so familiar, it's because it's blatantly ripped off from The Naked Gun.
Gently extend your arm. Extend your middle finger.
Oh, and then they end up escaping, so it was kind of a bit pointless, really.
So it's the night of the big showcase for the college, including this Black Ursula picture. Oh, that's meant to be Big Mama? Anyway, Bitchy Bitch turns out to be a sensitive girl after all. What?
You putting on this front of toughness, trying to act all growed up. You're a good, sensitive girl. Just trying to take care of the people who depend on you.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she was certainly protecting people when she stole that rooster, or the fact that she hasn't been anything but a cow to everyone. Yeah, come to think of it, I don't think she's really been protecting anyone. So the not-sensitive girl confesses she made Haley steal the music box. Remember, she was protecting people.
Haley's about to go on stage, but she wants to do her duet with Trent, who's in Charmaine's disguise under his dad's orders. Man, if only she could notice that her best friend acts and sounds exactly like Trent.
She goes out in front of the crowd and what? Charmaine joins her on stage? This won't go horribly wrong.
So because apparently this cookie-cutter crappy love song is so touching to him, he starts rapping in his normal voice, outing his identity just as Cherkov's men arrive. She then rips off the female makeup that truly exposes just how non-altering the face makeup is, and runs out.
Malcolm catches up to Trent and tells him the truth about Haley.
You act like you the man, but it's all an act. You know why? Because a real man wouldn't risk his life for some girl.
You did the same thing when you met my mom.
This is nothing like that.
I like how they admit that they ripped off their own plot.
As if it wasn't immediately obvious that it's the same gags from the first two movies recycled all over again. Locking him in a cupboard gives Trent enough time to rapidly change again and escape like an idiot, so Cherkov's boys can follow the idiot screaming "Haley!" through the place. He follows her to the library and gets the music box.
Flash drive, got evidence that put away some really bad people. That's why I've been working undercover.
So, this was just some kind of job?
I mean, I'd have been okay if you dressed like a chick for a hobby, but for some job? That's unforgivable.
And shouldn't a music box actually play music when it's open?
No one cares about details like that.
Big Mama shows up in time to fight off Cherkov's men, whilst Trent and Haley try to escape in a really bad chase sequence that proves the only thing the director does lamer than comedy are his action scenes. Cherkov captures the pair after Trent passes the flash drive to Malcolm, but he's forced to take off the fat suit, thank God.
They didn't knock out the bad guys. Hello, Deus Ex Machina BS. Well, at least they're ending this quickly, and I think I can guess what's gonna happen here.
Contract. Signed, sealed, delivered.
I'm going to Duke.
Really?
I realize there's no rush to greatness.
But there's an express lane for failure.
Son, I was thinking, your mom doesn't need to know everything.
Oh, okay. You don't want her busting that vein in her forehead over nothing.
I hate to break it to you two, but the events of this movie took longer than 72 hours.
Just end it already! No, not stuff in the credits. Yeah, look, dude, you just spent half of a Big Mama's House sequel dressing as a girl. The worst time for you to brag about how awesome you are would be during the end of that. And then Big Mama decides to rap.
Big Mama in the house and I'm getting my rap on. Don't think I can't hang a party all night long. Now give it up for my man, Prodigy.
That's it. Rap is dead.
I would just like to personally apologize for letting anyone know that this happened.
Just why? I mean, it takes them 5 to 6 years to make a Big Mama movie, and it's sure as hell not for the quality. The plot is impossibly contrived in the extreme, having to bend over backwards just to work in an excuse for the Big Mama get-up, and the whole thing feels really low budget and cheap. In fact, the whole thing's so silly, they might as well just have made it a proper musical, because it really can't get much worse. Even Martin Lawrence looks bored. Oh, and the extended cut on the Blu-ray, which is the one that I watched, is nearly 2 hours long. Yeah, I think your movie has a serious length problem.
You ever walk into a room and then leave and forget why you came in there in the first place? You know that feeling? Yeah, that must have been everyone who went to see this in theaters. And wait, why does my wallet feel lighter? We'd like to remind you that stereotyping is wrong. Not all black people say damn at everything.
Not all blonde women are bitches.
And not all black people own fat suits.
This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Film Brain and the Rap Critic. I'm Matthew Buck, beating down bad movies everywhere.
Peace.